I messaged Ian because I needed Ian on here because when you talk about mindset and we talk about mental health and we talk about community. Yeah, I don't know many people that I've known in business as long as I've known Ian since I've been a business owner that maintains that mindset. You've got this
drive.
I was going to say how. Go on, how?
Tell us a secret, Ian. Well, firstly, introduce yourself to people that don't know who Ian is.
I am Ian. I own Floor by Inn on the Market Square in St Neots. Lived in St Neots all my adult life. Moved here when I was 15 from Essex. And at first, being 15 when I first moved in, it was a bit of a struggle to fit in anywhere. But once I left school and started, adult life, as it were, work and drinking down the pubs and meeting people, I found it quite easy to sort of fit in everywhere. One of the first times I ever remember going in the pub was the Old Sun in Eaton Soken.
Yeah.
And I walked in there and there was one guy sat up the end of the bar on his own, and there was another guy sat down the other end of the bar with half a dozen people around him.
Sounds like an episode of Cheers.
And it felt like it. And the guy at the end of the bar was all happy and cheerful and cracking jokes and stuff like that. And he had loads of people around him. And the other guy at the end of the bar was just kind of sat there on his own. And it was that point in my life I thought, I don't want to be, I want to try and be more like you, the life and soul, cracking the odd crappy joke, as I'm quite known for.
You got a few, mate.
Yeah. And I guess that was the kind of light bulb moment in my life where I thought, yeah, that's the direction I want to go in. Happy, I'm a people person, I feel. And, I've just kind of followed that route and
It
served me,
energises you, doesn't it?
certainly, brought me to where I am now. So I'm not saying there haven't been bumps along the road, because everyone has bumps along the road.
Yeah.
But I think
You've put a few bumps in the roads, one bump in the road. I was on the way to a networking meeting one day, and I was driving off the A1 slip roads, and I saw a van in the ditch.
on an icy morning, yeah.
Yeah, he's done it.
Oh, no,
Tanked you. I think Kersop got you out, didn't he?
No, I had to get his toe out for a lot.
didn't
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was, one icy morning. I just sort of touched the brakes and that was it. Straight off.
It was only a slow one. It didn't know itself.
I mean, I wasn't the only one. There was about half a dozen people that had gone up the bank or down the other thing. But, when I do something, I do it properly. Ended up in a ditch. So
you talk about people a lot, and you've got, like I said the word community earlier. Like, what does community mean to you? What does the word community mean to you?
I think community, it's all about helping your neighbour. If everybody in this world were to help one person every day, then, it would be a much better place. I know people are busy nowadays and they don't get time perhaps to do all they want to do. But I think sometimes just take 15 minutes or so and just help someone. It might be a simple little thing like, I don't know, you might see some old girl struggling with her shopping across the street.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much out of your thing just to help someone. Yeah, it actually makes you feel good about yourself.
We were talking about it earlier, weren't we? Because I said I'm one of these people who I don't understand unkindness. I don't understand prejudice or disabilities against other people. Prejudices. I just don't understand it.
It can only be insecure people,
They're projecting.
making themselves feel bigger and better.
Yeah.
It's not about that. Life, we all go out the same way. It's the journey along the way to sort of how good you are. And I'd rather be remembered for bad jokes than being an absolute. That being an absolute
on your gravestone.
Yeah, that's it.
Remember for bad jokes.
Here lies a guy. Knock knock. Who's here?
Don't get started. Don't give me any encouragement. We're not getting in on for the bad jokes Monday.
Oh no!
So there are a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about, Dave. One is family, and the other is fundraising.
Yeah.
So I'll start with family. Your family, who I've got to know a lot of over the years, proper family business.
It is,
proper family business. What does it mean to you to be able to build life as a family?
Well, the good thing about the business, I didn't need to really start the business for me, but it's the security, hopefully, that provides for my family when I can't earn a living anymore. So from that respect, you know, what better thing can you do for your kids than provide them a living for hopefully the rest of their lives? It is a proper family firm. I mean, my daughter, she's maybe a granddad now.
Yeah.
And
You're not old enough.
Charmer, you charmer. Yeah. But yeah, no, so she's sort of in and out of the business. Hopefully she'll come back when the kids go to school.
When she's ready, when she's used to it. And the door's always open. That's
it. It's always a job that she can come back to. My son Harry, hopefully he'll take the business over and run with it. He's already.
How's he getting on?
He's taking a lot more responsibility.
I see him in Greggs a lot.
Oh, he's got shares in Greggs.
I can't really talk, mate. You know.
No, that's it. But no, he's coming along well. He's starting to take a bit more off my shoulders. I've got my stepson Jimmy in the business now as well.
Nice.
And between the two of them, they're going to be taking it over. I'm hoping to go down from like 6 days a week at this point in time to sort of maybe 5 or 4.
That's like part time for a business owner.
Yeah. I mean,
5 days a week part time.
Yeah, I've already got to the point where I'm not
what an
taking
absolute.
stuff home.
Sorry, I'm just saying, what an absolute honour and a privilege to see your kids take over your business.
Yeah, no, it's great.
A long time ago, it was quite. That was a lot. It happened a lot, didn't it? But nowadays, you don't really hear or see it a lot. So to have all 3 of your kids doing that, it's just brilliant. Absolutely incredible.
It's really good, and you know, if you can't trust your family, who can you trust in life? You know, they're always going to want the best for you, as you want them.
You've got to work it out.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Yeah,
you've got to work it out.
Yeah.
People always had a question with me and Christine. I was like, but we have to make it work because that trust is there.
Yeah.
Like no matter what the problem is, you're going to work it out because you're family.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
That's true.
I think the other thing as well is it's a lot more brutally honest. You know, if you do something that maybe you've done something wrong or something, maybe somebody who doesn't know you like family would turn around and say, "Oh, he's made a mistake there." Whereas my son would turn around and say,
He'll tell you.
"Dad, you're an idiot."
He'll tell you.
Yeah. What have you done now? You know.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't see stuff yourself because you're too involved in doing it. You need somebody chucking this ammunition from the side saying, "Why did you do it like that?" "Because I always have." And you're like, "Yeah, but this is an easier way." And you're like, "Well, I've been so involved in trying to just focus on doing what you're doing. Sometimes you don't see the easy route."
No.
You know, and you do need input from others because nobody knows everything.
No, exactly. Well, I'm proud of Harry.
Oh, he's a good lad.
He's such a great guy. Honestly, he's such a great guy.
Takes after his dad.
Well, exactly. He's got a few traits there.
He has. He's going to take the mantle of the bad jokes on, I think, is the one-liners. So
that's him.
So how long? Because you're on High Street, aren't you?
Yeah.
So how long you been?
Market Square.
Well, with Market Square. Yeah. How long you been there for?
Be 6 years in May.
Mate, has it been
6 years? Yeah.
I bet you've seen changes in that small amount of time, really, as well, haven't you?
Oh yeah, loads and loads of things coming and going. You know, at one stage I was quite a bit of retail on the Market Square and stuff, but yeah, slowly it seems to be turning more into a social place with coffee shops rather than actually shopping. A lot of the charity shops have actually gone recently.
Have they? Okay.
At one point, I think there was something like 12 charity shops in the town because nobody could really afford the rents and stuff. You know, and I do wonder sometimes how much pressure some of these cafe owners are under. I mean, we don't use a lot of power and stuff like that in ours, but our bill last month just a month for the electric and the heating for the shop's £835.
Wow.
And we use no electric other than lighting.
Yeah.
You know, when you've
Mate,
got coffee pots on, you know, cookers, goodness knows what,
I can tell
their
you,
bills must be horrendous.
I can tell you because I see them, and I see the bills, and I see the pressure,
Yeah.
and it's 5 figures.
It's
Monthly.
crazy. Yeah, monthly, yeah. It's crazy.
And obviously, I mean, and this is something that's worth talking about because
Yeah.
you know, when we obviously the first time we ever did the Speak Up Live on was because of the pressure we were under
Yeah.
as shifties. We were. It was. I mean, you remember what it was like. God,
Yeah.
blimey! It feels like round 5.
It
Doesn't
does feel like it's been one thing after another recently.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
You know, I don't
As a
know.
man who's taken a few punches in his time,
Yeah,
it's-
just the odd one. You know,
it's heavy, isn't it? Right?
yeah. I mean, we've all. I remember when COVID first came out, everyone was like doom and gloom, pretty much like it is now. And I remember going down and they said, right, everything's got to shut down for the foreseeable, no dates, no nothing. And I went home and I thought, holy crap, you know, what have I got to do? And I sat down, I don't mind admitting, in, well, a state of turmoil with a bottle of red wine. And I thought, right, I've got the government grant money. How long can I make that money last me? What can I do? And just by sitting down quietly and just working that out, I felt like I could go again. But sometimes you do need, as your previous guest was saying, you do need a bit of quiet time to get this into gear and churn stuff over and then almost sort of give yourself a recharge.
Bit of a pep talk yourself sometimes, don't you?
You do, yeah. I mean, I've got a few sayings in my life that I like to sort of live by, and one of them is that there is no magic wand. It's just a stick. Just don't beat yourself with it.
Yeah, it's nice like that.
You know, it's hard work to do stuff, and anything worthwhile it takes energy, and you have to have energy.
Yeah, you do.
And then when you've got it, you've got to find ways to
keep
hold
it
it and
going.
keep it
Yeah,
and share it.
that's it. You've got to, you know.
It's a tough time. It's a really tough time. And as I say, from a business owner's perspective, obviously with announcements coming out, basically they're not going to bother supporting us on an energy basis. I'm with you. I genuinely am worried about the state of not just the high street, just generally the business economy. I mean, the small businesses are getting squeezed left, right, and centre.
Yeah. And the small business is what keeps this country going.
I was going to say, what about who's the lad who does the bagels?
Alex.
Alex, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's
Oh,
operating out of shared kitchens. And all
Yeah.
that stuff. So he ain't got to pay for the
So he
electricity.
pay electric, yeah, so he's not.
The issue
handling
is
it,
it's the energy. Yeah, it's the energy.
It's energy, yeah.
It's the biggest issue.
When you think you've got to bake or cook anything,
Oh, mate, it's crazy,
Yeah.
mate.
you know, I mean, we said the other night we went out for a meal for Harry's birthday, and there's a significant difference this year to what it was last year, and that majority of that is the electric.
Yeah.
They've got to pass it on, haven't they? What is this? And then there's no VAT relief like there was during COVID for hospitality.
So-
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to. Yeah, restaurants are tough to own right now.
Yeah.
But you got to count your blessings, man, and you know and I think that's one thing that's great about St. Neots is that we all do support local. We all regularly consume locally.
Yeah,
I know
I think
you
it's
like to
important.
consume.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, well, why not? You know,
No,
if it
absolutely,
puts a
but you-
smile on your face,
Absolutely.
do it.
No, absolutely. But that's what's a power about community. And if we haven't got, and it is businesses, you know, we've got, and the other thing I want to talk to you about is about fundraising, so the stuff that you've done for people in the town. And at lunchtime, we've got Kevin Harlow coming on at lunchtime as well. And I'll say the same to him as I will to you. I say, as a resident, as a citizen of a town, I thank you for the support you've given to others in the town. What you've done, I've literally seen him get punched in the face. The picture I used on your graphic was
Yeah.
when was that? I don't want to say. I don't want to know.
That's about 4 years ago.
4 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? That was the
Terry
first
boxing.
fundraiser.
Yeah, that was the first big one.
Yeah, because that was a beast of a. That was a big. You did what? 8 weeks training.
12 weeks boxing training. Yeah.
And the guy when he came out, honestly.
So ultra white boxing was it? Or
Yeah.
Oh wow, mate! Honestly, the guy. Ian's a big guy.
Yeah.
Right. Ian's probably the first person I call if I get in trouble. Right?
Yeah.
When he gets in the ring, this guy come out.
It was huge.
It was like Butterbean, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mate.
it was
Oh,
massive.
when he hit you, and you like your whole body went.
Yeah.
You won though. Sort of out,
yeah,
didn't you?
one
Sort of.
bout. So yeah, I had to though. Really, it was one of those things where I was doing it for a young lady who couldn't get out of bed, stuff like that. And I thought, right, I've got to really win for her, and because she didn't get. We took the video and we took it around, showed it to her at her house, and she got all emotional. And to be fair, so did I. But it was for a worthy cause, and I've done a few worthy causes.
What is it about the? Because you hear something, so I think we all share this in common. Actually, you hear something, especially when someone is in need or having wrongdoing
Yeah.
to them, and you just don't even you probably don't even think about it. You just go, yeah, I'm going to do something.
If I can help, I will. We've done only this year. I know we're only a couple of weeks in, but we've done a house, fully carpeted a house for Property Angels.
Lovely.
Didn't charge them a penny. It was
Amazing,
just
mate.
pure.
Well done.
Okay, this young lady needs a lot of help. We're in a position where we could, so we did.
And it's as simple as that for you, isn't it?
Yeah. If you can help someone, then why wouldn't you want to do it?
But even more simple things like that. I remember when, like middle of last year, that I was taking posters for men's talk meetings for St Neots around the high street, around the shops. Like Muscat. Not everyone took them. You did.
Yeah.
Just simple things like that.
It's all part of being in the community and stuff like that. That's what we keep coming back to. If you don't help your neighbour, then nothing's going to grow. Why be at war with someone when you can just help them?
Yeah.
What we've done. I mean, speaking of family, my stepson Jimmy and Harry and me, I roped them in last year. We did a calendar for HNC.
Where is this calendar?
It's in the office, but I'm not subjecting people to that.
What? Where is this calendar? Oh my god!
We gotta
What?
get that, haven't we?
Mate, we've got to get that calendar.
It's well, a lot of local businesses got together.
Yeah, I heard of. I never
yeah.
saw the calendar. Like,
Oh, I've got a couple of copies still in the shop.
Oh,
I think there's 8 copies left.
Right.
They're in the shop. If anyone would like to buy any of the last 8 copies, they're £10 each.
yeah, brilliant.
There's several local business owners that you'll never see like that ever again.
Oh my days! I think this happened when obviously Henry was born, and I've just been completely in my own
Yeah.
baby bubble, and I don't know what's going on. But
Yeah,
amazing.
they're strategically placed carpet items, shall we say?
oh my days! I've got to see this.
Yeah, it was a good fun
Well
to
done,
do
man.
and stuff. But yeah, I never thought at sort of 55 years old that I would be getting my kit off for charity. But there you go.
Hey, you didn't think you'd be boxing 4 years
I didn't
ago?
think I'd be doing that either. No, but I have to say though, my wife Claire, bless her, she sits there some days and goes, "What are you gonna do next?"
So
But,
box.
you know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean your mindset. Like I say, you maintain. I know the pressure, and I feel, and I know the pressure you've been under over years because I've seen your growth.
Yeah.
Growth brings pressure.
Yeah, I think like anything, you kind of, wherever you are in life, you kind of get to a point and there's this like precipice and you sit there and you go, right, I've got my parachute, I've got everything else, but it still takes that step, that to actually throw yourself off and hope that everything works. It's just preparation. You can do so much preparation.
Oh, don't work though.
And then, yeah, it's just a leap of faith, really.
You still put it like making the parachute, sewing it on the way down.
That's
like,
it. You're sitting there saying, "Oh shit, it's tangled again."
You bounce off something, and then you have
Yeah.
to kind of readjust yourself.
Yeah, fortunately, I've got plenty of padding, these days. So I blame that on COVID. I sitting at home, eating far too much, drinking probably a little bit, but I was only doing my bit for the recycling. You know, they told you to recycle.
sure,
So,
In all seriousness, how long were you actually at home for?
well, I was home for about 3 months. I still managed to do a little bit because some of the work we do is for like housing and stuff. So we were still allowed to go and do that. So I was quite fortunate in the way that my business didn't completely stop.
Yeah.
It gave me a bit of time, even if it was only 3 or 4 hours a day, a bit of sanity time to actually feel like I was doing something. But at the same time, it gave me a lot of family time, which was really good as well.
That's a blessing, isn't it?
So, yeah.
So I think during the pandemic, during the what is now is inevitable recession that we're about to go into, or if you, depends what you read, whether we're in it or not. A lot of people will start their own businesses. So I was explaining this before that. Unfortunately, the challenge is for people like us that own the business already. We have to weather it.
Yeah.
Because we've come into it in a situation, in a place of, we've already weathered the last 18 storms that we've just added over the last 3 years, let alone 7 years and whatnot. But a lot of people will be starting new businesses in the recession because historically that's what happens.
Yeah.
And that's a great opportunity for families to do so. What would you say has been your biggest lesson as a family business? What do you like? Any things that you do as a family to make sure you maintain distance, or what are the biggest lessons you would say for someone who said, you know what, listening to Ian, I'd love to start a business with my family. What are the lessons?
I would say that if you can have a room or something set aside. Once that is shut, that's family time.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's why my sons are in the business, but my wife isn't. Because if she was in the business as well, I don't think it'd ever stop. It'd be 24/7 full on everything every day. And you have to kind of find that time to say, right, okay, we can talk about business at any time, but this is family time and you have to have that. Don't be afraid to sort of take any information from anyone. It might sound really stupid. Somebody might say, for instance, we used to make appointments to do individual measures. And we used to go around and I'd be eating soak and bucked and gambling gay all over the place. And all of a sudden, Joe in the shop says, why do you do that? Why don't you just give a 2-hour slot? So I'll be there between 11 and 1. And then you can plan your route rather than flying here, there and everywhere. It's like, why haven't I thought of that? You know, sometimes the most brilliant ideas are the simple ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Open to learn.
It does, yeah.
So
Definitely.
creating safe space, so making sure that you create safe space for family.
Yeah, definitely.
And being open to learn.
Yeah.
And don't forget your magic wand.
Don't forget your magic wand. No. And
If
remember these.
You hit anyone with it.
Yeah, these are up here for a reason. So you can look forward to the good times. And that's down there for another reason. So you can leave the crap behind you.
I love that. What a way to finish. Amazing. So we've now got a new legacy thing. So we're having all our guests sign our CPSL Mind shirt, which is going to go on the wall for future legacy events. So we will have you do that. And you do need to pick the colour of the Shifty signs. There's a remote there.
All right.
Can you actually hit it from there? Do you know?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh, yeah. So pick your colour.
Oh, I'm going to go for one for my daughter. I'm going to go. Oh, is it already pink? Is it?
No, it's purple.
It might be because that plant's in the way. Which one do you want? I'll do it from here.
Oh, there. Do the pink one for me daughter. Since we spoke about everybody else.
No. Where's the receiver then? There we go. Yeah,
So-
See what I got you.
is that like a little? Yeah, I'll do it in bright pink.
There
Bright
you
pink for your
go.
daughter.
Cameron, she
Hey, good to
love
see
that.
you, bro, man.
No
Well, now
problem,
I'm
and you
back out.
too.
Now I'm back out of baby mode. It'd be good to have a beer at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
Mate. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming on so early as well, mate.
That's all right. I'm always up and about.
No, I know, mate. I know.
Cheers.
Right.